a triangle. Can you see that?
Yeah.
With, I'll give it to Mrs. Schultz, please. With angle measures of 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. So what kind of triangle is it if it's got 90 degrees in it? It's a right triangle. All right, now this, we just did kind of that same stuff, so we're going to skip over that so you can get started on practicing this. So today, with the 30, 60, 90, there's also a couple special formulas that you can use. And I wrote them up here, and they will stay up here, okay? But this is what they are. In a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the hypotenuse is twice as long as the shorter leg. So that means, if I put that into words, it's the short leg times 2 equals a hypotenuse. Short leg times 2 equals the hypotenuse. The other one here says the longer leg is the length of the shorter leg times the square root of 3. So I could say it's the short leg times the square root of 3 equals the longer leg. Okay? So those are really the two things we're going to work with today. That's it. So let's do this first one here. It says find the value of A. So is that my long leg or my short leg? Can you see that yellow? Aiden, should I change colors? This is the longer leg. This is the short leg. This is the hypotenuse. So they gave me the long leg. I'm looking for the long leg. They gave me the short leg. Which equation should I use? That one or that one? Yeah, I need this one. So I'm going to abbreviate a bit. Long equals short times the square root of 3. I don't know the long. It's A. What's my short? 10 times the square root of 3. It didn't give me any directions about rounding, so let's just be lazy and leave it like this. We're done. Can't simplify it any further. Can't do anything. That's that. Okay. On top here, I'm going to write those formulas over because we're going to need them again. Short times 2 equals hypotenuse. Short times 2 equals hypotenuse. And short times the square root of 3 equals the long. All right, we've got some writing to do, so I want you to kind of make like 4 boxes here, just so we don't get mixed up. Keeps it neater that way. It's not bad. Okay, so here it says, find the lengths of the 2 missing sides, round your answers to the nearest tenth. That means we can use calculator. Okay, so first of all, this is my hypotenuse. This is my short, this is my long. I was given the short. I need to find the hypotenuse and the long. So which one should I start finding? Which one's the easiest to find if I was given the short one? Let's find the hypotenuse first. Look, short times 2 is hypotenuse. We could have done either. Doesn't matter. But we're going to do short times 2 equals the hypotenuse. So 23 times 2 equals my hypotenuse. 46 is my hypotenuse. Easy enough. All right, so now I need to find the long. So I'm going to write down long equals the short times the square root of 3. So long equals 23 times the square root of 3. And it told me to round to the 10th, which means I got to do what? I got to go to the calculator and find out what that is. And it's going to be approximately 39.8. So let's think back to right triangles. Which side should always be the longest measurement? Which part of the triangle is always the longest side? So this number should always be bigger than your longer side. Correct? Okay. All right, round errands. This one is really just like this one. It's not any different. So I'm going to go down and just do these two because they are a little bit different. So we have to find the unknown sides. This is my long, this is my short, and this is my hypotenuse. So they gave me the long this time. That's the only side length I know. So which equation should I start working with? The one that has the long in it. Because that's the only number they gave me. So I'm going to write that down. Long equals short times the square root of 3. I know the long is 19. So I'm going to substitute that in. I know the short is x and square root of 3. How do I solve for x? Divide by square root of 3. So x is approximately 11. So that's my short. 11. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out what the hypotenuse is because I know the short side now. I can. So hypotenuse equals the short times 2. Okay, so my short is 11. How long is my hypotenuse? 22. Approximately, because we did round at one point. There we go. So you look at the picture and say, what do I know? What equation do I start with? And then go from there. So let's do this one. Short, long, hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always opposite what angle? The right angle. The hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle. Okay? So they gave me the hypotenuse, so which is my only option to start with? Which equation should I? It's this one is the only one I can start with because the only number I know is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse equals short times 2. So 10 equals x times 2. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to what? 5. So my short is 5. Now that I have my short, can I get my long? I certainly can. It's going to be short times the square root of 3 equals long. So plug in 5 times the square root of 3 equals my long. I don't know what that is. I don't have that. Did anybody do it? 5 times the square root of 3? 8.66 is it? So I'm going to round it to 8.7. There you go. So this whole section is simply about working with those two equations for 30, 60, 90. Right triangles. Got it? Okay. You have a calendar, and it's got your bookwork.